Welcome back to Chevy's Inside High School Sports. I'm Matt Musil. Joining us now to look back at the UIL State Final Four is Adam Coleman of the Houston Chronicle. Thanks for taking some time out of your busy schedule for us, buddy.
Always happy to do it. Thanks for having me.
Okay, Adam. Klein Forest fell short of its ultimate goal of a state championship, but with a 25-game winning streak, how will this team be best remembered?
They will be remembered as one of the better Houston teams to come out of the city in the last couple of years, especially come out of Region 2. People don't pay enough attention to that. They beat a really good Rockwall team with the McDonald's All-American, and they beat a really good South Garland team with the McDonald's All-American. And again, Houston hasn't had a lot of Region 2 champions, especially ones that can get to the state championship game like Klein Forest did. And they nearly beat another great recruit and 2020 player, Micah Peavy from Duncanville. This is a really good and really exciting Klein Forest team. This is a program that always finds its way at this stage, you know, one way or another. I think they'll be back. Coach Black has been there for nearly 2 decades. I think they'll be back pretty soon. They might have to reload a little bit, but they'll be back.
Okay, Adam, 2 other area teams made impressive runs to state. In Class 6A, North Shore reached the state semifinals in Sam Benitez's first year as head coach of the Mustangs. How bright is the future over at North Shore?
It's bright as long as Benitez is there, man. That man can coach, and he loves this job. He took over for David Green, who went over to Beaumont United, and of course Benitez used to be an assistant at North Shore, and then he went to be a head coach at South Springs. And coming back to North Shore, I know that job meant a lot to him. I think it's the identity there at North Shore that's going to always carry this team. They might not always have the #1 player in the class or, you know, the top 10 players in the class, but they're always going to have that identity, defense, grittiness, toughness. They're always going to be all over you. And they had a chance this weekend. They definitely had a chance against Duncanville. And they'll go into next year thinking that, knowing that, hey, we weren't that far off from beating the state champs. So I think North Shore is here to stay.
Okay, Adam, in Class 4A, Yates made its 6th trip to state in the last 11 years, but the first since 2014. Did this run signal a return to dominance for the Lions?
Absolutely. I think the big thing for Yates this year was getting over the Silsbee hump. You know, they had lost to them for 2 years in the regional final, and, you know, Silsbee went on to have this great dynasty, and this was the year that they had to beat Silsbee. They had to get over that Silsbee hump, and they did that, and I think that was huge for setting a foundation for what this team can accomplish next year. One of their best players is coming back, and Antoine Norman, and I think Yates will be reloaded, and I think they will go into the season as the favorite in the region. You know, Silsbee lost a lot of seniors. They may be reloading a little bit. I'm not counting Silsbee out, but I think Yates is going to come into the year as a favorite in the region as opposed to Silsbee like it's been the last couple of years. So I think Yates is back, and, you know, they're Yates. They always find a way here one way or another. You can't keep them from the state basketball tournament for long, so they're Yates. They'll be back for sure.
Okay, Adam, this is a bit of a somber moment. This is our last chance to speak with you until August. Enjoy the offseason, and thank you so much for your contributions throughout the year.
I will, and thank you. Always happy to be here. Appreciate you guys.